And I have questions to answer today about adult photography. Photography for individuals, photography for couples as well. And different people asking different questions. Hi. Okay, so let me start. You can ask me as well about photo shoot, boudoir, glamour, nude, explicit, make love scenes, and adult fantasies. That's what my studio creates. And the first question would be, hey, me and my fiance are looking for an adult photo shoot. We want to see if we can get, if we have cakes while you take photos. Also, can we both finish, or you don't, or don't you allow that? I would really like a phone call if that's possible. Okay, so the photo shoot which involves penetration, intimate scenes, and they are asking me that can they take this type of photo shoot, okay, and they're asking for photos, okay, photos in this explicit style, I would say penetration style, and also they're asking if they can climax together during the photo shoot. And also they're asking if it's possible to have a phone call prior the booking. Okay. So this is a very popular question. Usually, and now at the moment when people are very more relaxed and open-minded, okay, they create erotic photo shoot, adult photo shoot in a different style. Some people want nude photography, some people want to go more, okay, and experience intimacy during the photo shoot, right? So this is this type of message where they're asking specifically, can they have intimacy while they take photos? And the answer is yes. Of course they can. Yeah. My studio creates photography for adults without limitations. That means that they are starting from the portraits, then going into semi-nudes, then nude photography, right? And then explicit and turning themselves on, getting aroused, getting, more closer to to our make love scenes, right? And that's what we take pictures of. Sometimes we plan the scenarios and we shoot it in a different way. Sometimes it can be just a freestyle shoot from start to finish at one go. But usually people take breaks, okay? There is at least 2 or 3 breaks during the shoot because they get tired shooting. And it's not that because of their get tired, but I am stopping people, right? If they want to create photography, you see, photography, we need to shoot different posing and different scenarios to make this more lasting, because very often couple, if they are very good with each other, their vibration very good, they're sexually active and getting turned on very quickly, you see, they can come to the set, start kissing, start touching, having intimacy, and then they can come very quickly, right? So to climax, I usually stop them few times at least, so that they can start all over again. Then I have more footage to display and to show, okay? And at the end they will be more happier always, okay? I mean, there is sometimes frustration, right, from the couple side, that Julie is saying, no, no, let's change the scene, let's change the background, okay, let's change the settings, right? Julia is suggesting something more to this creative mode, right? Not only intimacy, that's the creative part comes from, so that they would feel that they are doing something, okay, not just in a penetration and hardcore mode, that they are investing their time and taking the pace and starting all over and feeling it, right? So the answer is yes. I create photography for couples when they can make love, right? And also, you see, when they already can make love, right? What is the point to terminate them at a certain point? Like, imagine they are making love, and then I took this nude photography shot and say, okay, thank you so much, you can go. It's kind of a traumatic experience for me, because they will be annoyed, and frustrated in that time. You see, when they cannot climax, right? There is a certain break during the process. I don't want to pull the brake, you know, and do that for a couple. I want them to have smoothly through the process. When they enjoy it, when they can relax, then they know that this is a good place to do it and the right time, and then they can accomplish their shoot and climax in the same time. Okay, and these pictures, they provide a different information, a different coding. They remember it in a different way. Okay, and these are very valuable contents for me, for an artist and for a creator. Okay, so yes, when people are planning erotic photo shoot and thinking to climax and have these moments created, these scenes created to the point that they are making love, sometimes they want to have a phone call. Okay, and the phone call, not because they want to reassure themselves that they are able to create intimate scenes. The phone call they need for only one reason: they need to feel my energy. Okay, they need to feel my vibe, how I feel, you know. Are they able to undress and be relaxed and be safe, okay, with that person? When they speak to me, they straight away come down, right? Because usually it's an unknown situation. They are not aware. They want to create an erotic photo shoot, but they don't know if they will be able to go all the way with that person. And it's understandable. Of course, they can have a call, right? That's why I'm making these videos, okay? So that they can see, because when you see the person, for me, is also much easier to create and understand what I'm creating with people when I see them, when I feel them, when I know what kind of the energy, how they about. You see, so that is information not only for me necessary, but for my clients. They want to see me, they want to know how I am, they want to have a conversation. You know, that's the thing, right? So today I'm discussing about erotic photo shoot and going through a different questions, okay, which usually left on my website contact page. Okay. Hi, I was super interested in doing erotic couples photos. I do not have a partner, but do you have any men that do these photos? Thanks. Okay, so that is very interesting because this is a lady writing me. Usually the guys are writing and asking for models to join them, but this is the case when the lady found my website and she is saying that she is super interested in doing a couples photo shoot, but she doesn't have a man, you see. So the reason why I've created photo shoot with the models for people therapeutically to how to say, to tap into that feeling that they're not alone, that they're not by themselves, that they do not feel lonely while they're doing something, right? So not only that, it's much easier to shoot these type of adventures, you know, when you are shooting by yourself, naked erotic scenarios is little bit how to say, stiff and frozen, and could be cold, and could be, you know, you could be overthinking. But there is, when there is someone else there, it's there to distract you. It will take this worry and doubt away. The models, man or female, are there to help individuals to create great shoots, and I mean literally to help physically, you know, and mentally, right? So when there will be, if I will invite a guy to the shoot, of course he will be great looking, nice energy, hot and sexy, you know, great attitude, right? Usually men know how to treat the woman, right? So they are active, okay? Imagine the lady who's coming first time and she's little bit shy and she's a little bit nervous, right? We need some macho energy, right? To approach her, take her into the arms, right? And, just to move around and do certain things. And the ladies melt, you know? They get relaxed and they enjoying and having a great fun when they're shooting with someone, especially when it is that information that, yes, I am worth it, yes, I can do, yes, I am absolutely doing it, the photo shoot with the man. I am with the man, I am feeling him, he is feeling me. We're kind of, balancing each other, and that's the photo shoot is about. Okay? Erotic photo shoot with the model is not about banging, each other. It's about introducing and matching the chemistry at the start. Okay, so it is like a little bit like a dance. Okay, she's approaching him, he is approaching her, and then he is trying, to kiss her somewhere in the neck, undress her, or touch her, right, to stimulate her to. Everything goes, in role play scenarios. Okay, playful and fun. So yes, I am able to arrange models for ladies as well. Like I am able to arrange models for men. The girls are available. Okay, usually this is an escort. Okay, when it comes to men joining the shoot, I have a range of guys, just normal guys who would like to join, and help ladies, right? So that's one type of model who is, how to say, not really a model, but a good looking guy and would like to have some fun, right? And when it comes to ladies, they all escort or tantric masseuse or dominatrix, right? So that's a totally different range of the models, okay? Where every service is priced. Okay, so there are two different ways. For men, there is an option. They can have a professional model or they can have a guy, just like a random guy who would like, I have a Telegram channel, and on Telegram, people contacting me saying like, "Oh, I'm good looking. I'm interested in participating in any kind of shoot if there will be an option." Okay, so that would be a specific, request from the lady who would like to shoot with the man, and I would probably suggest her that option if she would like that. Okay. So next question is this. Hi Julia, we are loving seeing your new website and our pictures and videos on there. We are happy with that as long as our faces are unshown. Yes. Would be able to see your private gallery. Thanks and hope you're doing well. Okay, so private gallery it's a gallery which is online. Now it's moving to a Telegram. Okay, Telegram, because I have some issues with the payments on the website. So moving on the Telegram, and the process a little bit stuck because of a certain situations. I'm new to Telegram, and of course the memberships for the artwork is this, that the website had a lot of content which I'm not able to take and extract anymore. So there was editors who were loading content to the website galleries, and people were visiting these galleries and viewing, right, for the fee. And now I'm not able to load everything back. So I need to create it from scratch, new, right? So that's the hold up situation, right? Okay, interested in explicit shoots. Hi there. Okay, what is an explicit shoot? Explicit shoot is this, then people are undressed, okay, undressed, and they have a certain stimulation, okay, for example, erection shots, right? This is an explicit shoot when I'm close up shooting their genitalia area, private area, right? So you can create a nude photography, okay, with no erection, okay, and it will be considered nude art photography, right? There is no stimulation, there is no sexual energy, people just presenting their body, and it is representation of the posing and body framing, right, and the lighting. Okay, when it comes to explicit shots, it's slightly different. Okay, because explicit, it's already intimate. Okay, people already touching themselves, right, playing with themselves. That's how they go into explicit mode, right? And the ladies and the men. Okay, so that's what it is, explicit photography. And I provide that. Okay, I provide that. How we can create an erection in shots otherwise, right? It's a very close up as well, right? It's so close like this. Okay, no, seriously, I don't do explicit shots from far away. Okay, you have to be very close. Okay, and usually the closer it gets, the better the shots. Okay, so that's how it is explicit, but not necessarily. Of course, I zoom out. Not everything is zoomed and completely, right? Okay. Need ideas for a couple's erotic or boudoir photography session. Okay, when people are saying I need ideas for couples erotic or boudoir photography sessions, I am sharing my ideas after we arrange the booking. Okay, because sharing the ideas, creating a photography plan, okay, working on your individual request, it's a job, right? It's a job. You're already starting the project. Okay, so when someone is asking me to start the project and they are not paying any deposit fee, right, then this is not gonna happen. Okay, just simple as that. Need ideas for a couple erotic or boudoir photography. There are a lot of ideas on Pinterest. Yeah, on Google. Google, and you will see different kind of ideas. If they want me to share specific ideas for this specific couple, right? Then I will be sharing them when we're discussing the shoot after the deposit is sent. Yes, as soon as I receive the deposit, I can start working. Okay, there are people who would want to get all the information before even sending a deposit and make me work and sweat and burn the calories. Okay, there are some individuals and couples like that, right? So that is a very good question, and I'm explaining, right? That all the ideas we discussed, okay, and I look into your project, I look into your files, right? People would like to send me pictures of how they look, or even sometimes they're experimenting at home, and they want to send me pictures of how they make love, okay, or create videos and send me videos. Everything that what is available at your end can be sent to me after, okay, after the reservation is complete. Then I would look into your file, I will speak with you about specific things, right? What are intimate things, adult things, right? That's what we discuss during erotic photo shoots, okay? We have intimate conversation, right? So the ideas everyone will get when the booking is complete, right? Then we will plan, right? So first is a booking, second is a planning mode, and after there is a shooting mode, right? And then after the shooting there is a post-production, right? It's not going, way around it, right? So that's how it works. Okay, another question. Hello, I am interested on in photo shoot probably. Could you please tell me how many hours it is on this package? What includes? How many outfits? Photoshop pictures, how many? What to expect as an extra expenses? That's a long question and a lot of information they require. Right? Let me just answer to this just before I would go into a depth of these questions. I will say quickly hi, hello. Looking into you, what is this? Hi, hello, and I'm answering questions today about photography for adults, right? I create boudoir, nude photography, explicit photography, and erotic fantasies on camera, right? For adults. And I am based in London to start with, right? If you want to chat with me, this is a great opportunity. And you can share your ideas about erotic photo shoot or ask me questions, okay? Let me read it out. Good morning. This is an afternoon in London. Okay, so good morning to you. Hi, hello. Hi, hello. Julia, used to Julia used to bully me in school. Used to bully you in school. Okay. I can tell you this. They used to bully me too. Okay. But look where I am now. Okay. There are a lot of people who were bullied in school for many reasons. Okay. Usually, when you've been bullied, you have or left with a traumatic experience. Okay. And traumatic experience, it's a knowledge for you, it's a transformation for you. Okay. They did not want you to hurt you. The reason why this bullying experience happens to actually elevate you in life, right? To bring you up, okay? For you to evolve, right? To grow. The growth happens usually in uncomfortable state, unfortunately, right? There is no growth when you're relaxed and nothing happens to you, yeah? So when the life wants to give you lessons, they send people, okay? It can't access you another way, right? It sends people with some kind of a tragic, outcome, right? They bully you, they do something, okay? There is there is this way a universe communicate with you. But you know what I would say, there are so many people who transform their life, okay, after this bullying, right? Look at this Tesla guy. Okay, he's been bullied in school, right? But who he become now, right? There are so many people who would say Lady Gaga, right? Or Madonna, okay? Seriously, you name it, okay? You name it, okay? And I can tell you, I've been bullied, right? So what? It made me stronger, okay? It made me stronger. So let's do not think that there is someone there to bully you. Let's think about this, that the universe doesn't have another way to reach you, just through people, okay? Just through people. And if someone is bullying you, there is a reason why you have to be stronger, right? So the question is not that who is bullying you, but after after this, what happened to you, right? How much you changed, right? That's what is, because you see, I used to be in like a village girl, right? And I grew up in Lithuania, okay? But now I'm in London, right? And I'm in adult business from 2005. Believe me, the places that I've been, if no one will be bullying me in the childhood, I would not survive, okay? I would just not be able to reach. Seriously, I would die a million times. But because I've been bullied in life, I got tough. You see, no one, can scare me. And I'm not afraid. So that's the bullying. Result. What good thing happened to you? Tell me, right? You think this way because there is a reason why this happened. Okay? Do you participate? Every life has this question, okay? And every life I am answering the same, right? So in general, when I am creating this content, okay, without me this is impossible to happen. I have to participate. This is my art. This is me who created this idea. This is me who positioned these people there, light it there, post them there, direct them there, okay, and shot them. Okay, that's my role. This is how I participate. Okay, but I understand your question. Okay, the question comes from the behind, right? You mean, do I intimately, okay, approach these people and do anything with them? And the thing is that men's mind and women's mind think differently. Okay, so I have not created this business to be able to shag everyone. Okay, but there are a lot of men who went into adult photography or adult videos to be able to shag models or rape them or anyway use them and abuse them. That's true. Okay, that's why it's not surprise me. Okay, and when I am in this business, believe me, there are so many models who approached me, okay? Just to have a test shoot so that I can, have intimacy with them in the studio to test them on camera. Like I would be interested, okay, to share myself and uh, no, seriously, right? So that's the thing. But this is the men's world, okay? That's men created porn, okay? I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna deny this. They created so they would not have any rejection, right? So they would not be scared. Everything will be available. Did you see in Corn that the woman said that she's tired? Okay, do you see the incarnate woman? She says, "You do this, this, that, then I will see." So the woman in general brings a crisis, and it's a growing up mechanism to upgrade the man. Okay, but there are men who are so weak, okay, that they don't want any crisis, right? They don't want any upgrade. They want this leg open straight away. And the woman always wanting and being horny and happy to receive and no matter what. Okay, in real life, it's not happening. Okay, that's why corn is not real life. And that's why erotica, it's a fantasy world, it's imagination, right? It's an illusion, it's a creative mode, okay? It is intuition, right? There are many things in there. You have to feel your partner. You have to, during that special moment, you have to sense it to the core, right? It's very similar like dancing tango, okay? When two people standing, one is the leading part, right? In tango, the leader is man, okay? When you are in the intimate moment, right? Necessarily, the leader has to be man, okay? Most of the time, right? But you can change, okay? There are switches, there are dominant, there are submissive people, right? There are people who can switch. We practice role play scenarios, right? Different kind of adventures in erotica. It's possible, okay? So I've created this experience in terms of understand what's happening with sexual and intimate energy. It is so rare now to find people who really love each other, who stay with each other, who understand each other, who are many years together and still vibrate in this intimate aliveness, okay? Intimate aliveness. And comparing to those who are almost dead, yeah, and stay together. There are different relationships, right? So my business is based on art, on therapy, on sexual energy, on exploration, analysis, right? On working on yourself, how you can be a better lover, how you can connect better, how you can evolve, how you can re-edit your story, how you can change, right? Erotica is about change. Because if you're doing it, just doing it and doing it all the time, it gets boring the same. Yeah? So erotica brings you a novelty. Yeah? A risky adventure. Okay, that's what that is. How you can desire someone when you already have it. That's the problematic question. Okay, in people, in couples, right? It's very hard to desire, right? So no, I do not participate in a way that it's intimate, right? Because I'm too consumed with a creative and professional style, right? So I am being very neutral and professional when I'm shooting artwork. The reason why I'm professional because I'm really long time in adult business. The reason I'm professional because that I came from the medical background, okay? So it is different to me, right? Okay, let me just answer. I am looking for a toxic girl. Toxic girl. Question about toxic girl. Escort. That's what you're looking for. Okay, we can have fun about it. Okay, toxic relationship. No one is looking for toxic relationship. to be fair, okay? Only toxic people attract toxic relationship, right? So you're looking someone you're kind, usually is like this, right? And if you expressing that, that's exactly what you get, okay? That's exactly what you get, okay? So you know how to say everyone. You know how is with adults. With adults is this: everyone is allowed to do whatever they want, okay? In adult life should be no judgment who they want. They feel that they want an experience of the toxic girl, they should have it, okay? Seriously. That's what they need to evolve and grow. And they know better. You know why? No one can advise you and tell you what to do for one single reason. No one lived in your body, okay? No one grew up in your body. No one survived in your, neighborhood or, atmosphere or with your parents. No one knows what is it in here in your head, okay? So when you know you want a toxic girl, you don't go for it. That's exactly what you need. Okay? That's exactly what you need. And that's exactly what you get. Okay? As soon as we start saying what we want, the universe is giving to us. For a very simple, example, right? I want to go to London. Okay? When I say I want to go to London, that's exactly what I go to London, right? I don't go to Paris because the universe GP, automatically set up to London, right? Not anywhere else. So if you say you want to land there, that's exactly where you land, and most likely you need it. No one will understand better than you. Okay? That's how it is. Hi, hello, hi, hello. Okay. Who am I? Who am I, my baby? I love you so much. Okay. Thank you. You have a sexy accent. Thank you. Do you know what pom pom socks are? No idea. I would love to be a canvas. A canvas. There was a time when I was choosing the canvas, buying the canvas, and the only canvas I was painting on was very, very big paintings. Okay, so I would get a painting like size of me tall, and only then I could fit, with my ideas and imagination into that painting. I never painted a small painting in my life just because I always have ideas which come out of that canvas. Okay, and there is no space. You can't paint on the air. So I would usually buy a big one, okay, and get a big one because I like, I like big spaces. I live in a very big space. I can't be, in small. I mean, everyone, when people live, we think that we need something big. We don't need, right? It's just because I grew up in a big house. So I prefer to have a big house, okay, which I do, right? And I prefer to paint on a big canvas, which I do, and so on, okay? And so on. That's how it is, right? Thank you. So, you mean you would be that canvas that I would create on? You see how it is. I spent a lot of years when I start photography creating and looking for the canvas, right? Testing with the models and working on. Now, when I feel already, when you in many years of experience, you kind of don't need testing, and there are a lot of canvas who's offering themselves every day, especially young people really want to create corn scenarios, sell that corn, okay, on and make money. And they are so hot, and they sending their naked intimate pictures to me so that I would do like a barter shoot with them. I'm not interested. I have so many content over the years that it's enough. It's enough. So I can tell you there is a lot of people who would like to like collaborate in this way, right? So thank you for offering. Yes, but sometimes an artist is this way. When it feels the energy and an urge, the canvas always arrives. Okay, that's the universe, and that's how it arranges. You're so beautiful. Thank you. Rock hard already. Thank you. Yes, yes. Pretty ich. You are such a beautiful woman. Thank you. Oh, such a compliments today. You know, this is my birthday today, so thank you. How can I get information about what you do? You can go on my website, Julia Winter Studio. There you can get an information. You can go into contact page and um, send me the information that you like. That's one option. The second option, you can go on my Telegram channel. Just get into the last post or previous post and you will see the link. Or you can go on the messages and send me on TikTok a message. Three options you have, okay? Um, Smash next question. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hello. I am, yes, let me just go back to this. I am interested in photo shoot. Could you please tell me how many hours is the lowest package? Okay, how many hours? This is usually 1 hour package. Okay, so the packages you see depending on the results and depending on context. Okay, so if you want like a really explicit shot, okay, like a shoot is one price, right? When you're shooting dressed or semi-nude is a different price. Okay, that's the thing. She chose the package which is 5 pictures. Okay, 5 pictures. I don't need to shoot the whole day 5 pictures. Okay, so this package will be very straightforward, depending of what they're shooting. Okay, maybe they want every picture you see have a different location, for example. That's gonna be a complicated shoot because you need to reach the location and then you need to change and prepare for the each location, right? So there are different ideas for a shoot. But package they choose, if this is the cheapest package, is going to be in the studio, and you will have options like a background. Okay, that's your options, and you will have 5 pictures to choose. So I will be shooting you like half-an-hour consultation, and to shoot 5 pictures, I don't need long, right? I would be giving you 3 outfits, and with 3 outfits, you will have at least 10 minutes to shoot, and that's gonna be half-an-hour consultation, and you changing, right, preparing, and then half-an-hour would be 3 outfits if you manage to shoot that time. That's what you will get, an hour of service, right? And then later I would go into post-production and spend an hour or two polishing, editing, providing you all the highlights, and then person will choose those 5 pictures and I will edit them to a high-end standard. That's how it goes. Okay, so that's what it includes, and that's how many outfits I've already mentioned. Photoshop pictures. Photoshop. Okay, people want to do a Photoshop. When people are asking Photoshop, it's an escort straight away. It is an escort, okay? Because when you are a couple, right, you're not interested in Photoshop. Very rarely, unless you're doing a wall art and there is a specific art and there is like specific things, creative things you want to do, okay? Then I Photoshop. Usually, Photoshop includes adult websites because there is a very big competition in there. So what they want to do is they want to look much, much better, much younger, much thinner, boobs bigger, waist slimmer, bum, more curvier, legs longer. I mean, like the hair, more thicker, the eyelashes, seriously bushier. This type of editing they want to do in a Photoshop. Okay? Yeah. So I can tell by the message who is contacting me, okay? And any extras that are expected, okay? Extras can be if we extend the time shooting, right? The extras is if you're getting more pictures than we agreed, right? If you're shooting more outfits than we agreed, if you are staying longer in the studio, right? And if you want a complicated post-production. For example, coming the lady and her arm, all arm is in tattoos, right? And she's saying, I want this Photoshop and I want this to have skin so that I would not be recognized, okay, online, right? So to make the whole arm and cover her with the natural skin, right? It's a lot of work, and that's gonna be extra. And people don't say these things, okay? Oh, I have this piercing I want to remove. I have this I want to do. That's gonna be extra. What is not included in photography and in general airbrush service, where you, what is the airbrush? You cleaning the picture, you removing any distractions, you smoothing the skin, you know, you stretch little bit, you remove imperfections, right? You dust little bit, you make it, you know, presentable, right? But I don't change the eyes, you know, I don't change the waist, I don't do much of the intervention there in that product, only with the Photoshop. So it means another platform, right? So if I'm processing pictures on the Lightroom, I have to open Photoshop and process everything again to the standard they want on the Photoshop, right? So that is going to be an extra. Okay, I hope I answered that question. Okay, okay, next one. Hello, hope this reached you well. I came across your page looking for art life models. I am going to be taking an 8-week in-person live model class. I am new to art and something I'm looking to get into more as a hobby. Before I start the class, wanted to get a little bit of experience. Wanted to see if you offer sessions, so you would new session would be interested to learn more. Okay, so this is like live modeling. You see live modeling. There are adult men who would like to be adult models. Adult modeling, it means that you go into a drawing class, 99 plus messages, love it. So when there is, usually these men are older, okay, not like young guys, okay, but there are young guys too. So what it is, a live modeling class. He wants to have this for confidence and bravery, right? To come to my studio, to try to pose, to learn to keep himself, right? To learn posing, to move right in front of the people, just be in general that option, how to say, object, you know. When you in a live class, there are people who are around you and making paintings from you, right? Someone is behind, someone is in front. Usually you sit in a circle and there are people around you, and you having you know, how to say, that a still pose, and you just stay still, and people are drawing you for a few hours, okay, and for that you get money. And that's what that is, live posing, live modeling. So you do not have any erection, okay, you're just being naked. But he wants to come to my studio to practice this because he never done this before. He want to go into, there are people exhibitionists, you know, they like to be naked, okay. Never practice this. It's a thrill, it's an excitement to undress and to be, you know, a part of the art, right? Someone is drawing you, right? Someone is appreciating your body, appreciating the way you build, right? Usually these are kind of skinny guys, okay, skinny guys, so they just bone and muscle, usually that kind of a type of man, right? So that anatomically they very much how to say, informative, right? So you could see and the bones, you know, and the shape. So that's kind of a situation. And some people would like just to book it for self-development, right? For self-development, and he is asking if I am able to meet him and arrange the shoot with him. Okay, so in terms of teaching, like yesterday was this guy, okay, and he wanted to do a fashion. First time he bring the outfits, okay, And he's like, you know, sometimes for portfolio, you just need few pictures, okay, to start. And that's exactly what we did, few pictures. He just like, think this is simple, right? But then he comes to the studio, he feel embarrassed even to take his shirt off. It was a young, tall guy, okay? And I'm like, take your shirt off, you know? And stand this way and stand this way. We're making this picture. So he needs the front and the back, right? And for him, it was a complicated thing, okay? And we're making a few pictures. And because he needed the lesson and to understand how to pose, how to stand, okay? And I'm showing him how the other men doing it, models doing it. It took me the whole hour, okay, to work with him, to give him that knowledge, okay, so that he could go and smash it, okay, and he would not be uncomfortable when he is topless. Because when you go to modeling, you need to change, you need to be comfortable being with your pants on, and there will be other people, okay. You will not have like your own changing room. You are not a superstar that you will have your own trailer and you can go and prepare, okay. This is not the situation. When you go to the studio, any kind of modeling where there is a shoot, there are people around it, okay. So I'm watching him, he's putting his jeans on, and I'm watching him, and he's dressing, and I could see that he start, you know, like covering himself and so on. And I'm like, no, take it off, you know. And then he understands what that is, you know, because this is the first experience. People would like to go and get into this just for experience, because this is your confidence zone. That's where you merge at, okay. If you're feeling shy and you're adult and you're uncomfortable and so on, you're not gonna be a successful model, you know. That's how it is. Okay, next question. I am trying to join the gallery but cannot log. My credit card details are unable to help me, please. Okay, and this a lot of people want to go into my adult galleries. Seriously, I'm getting emails constantly about this, that they're not able to pay, not able to log in, not able to, card is not reading and so on, because it's blocked. Okay, Stripe, PayPal, Square, they blocked me because I am providing nude photography on my website, right? And these payment options do not cover professionals who work with nudity. That's why I'm blocked everywhere and no one can pass their card on. And that is why I'm moving to Telegram, because this will be an option for me, okay, to start a new online gallery service. That's the thing, okay, so that's why it's not possible. Okay, interested in a photo gallery. Okay, again, what is this next? Next, let me just see what we have next. Okay, looking to become a member. That is again, interested in couples photo shoot. Interested in couples photo shoot. Okay, very short question, right? There are different kind of couples photo shoot. There are people who would like to shoot dressed, right? And they don't want to take their clothes off. They even can create erotic scenarios and make out during their dress. Yeah, it is possible to have intimacy when you have your dress on. Yes or no? Of course, yes. Okay. So there are different photo shoots. There are photo shoots when you dress, and there are photo shoots when you semi-nude. There are photo shoots when you in sexy outfits or changing in a kinky outfits, lingerie or leather, latex, whatever, right? Stuff. Okay. There are scenes when you're naked. Okay. There are scenes when you're banging hardcore and shooting erotic fantasies, different position penetration shoots. That's what it is, right? Playing in the bedroom, adult games, right? So there are different things what you can do as a couple in adult creative studio. When it comes to this question, like interested in couples photo shoot, I would always send an email back asking, okay, what is it you like? Okay, is it a boudoir and glamour? Is it something bold? Is it something explicit? Is it something like a fantasy style? What is it? Okay, so that I would provide you an information on that, right? photo shoot. Photo shoot, some people would like just to have an experience, okay? Just to get naked in the studio to see how it feels, okay, for them to try to create something. They don't even need a lot of content, okay? Some people, they want to try things and they even count the moments, okay? And they need all of the content, all the highlights, and they would check. Maybe I missed a moment and I didn't send them a few pictures. Okay, seriously, there are this type of people. Okay, so there are different people, they want different things, okay, to happen. Right, okay, I'm going to finish this, live. And let me just read out and say hi, hello. I see your hearts. Thank you so much. I, how can I get information about what you do? Have I responded to this question or not? You can get information on my website, Julia Winter Studio. Okay, it will go into post production. I'm speaking about changing it right now again. Right, but you can find the contact page and contact me there. You also can contact me by the message on TikTok, right? By the private message. You can also go and check my latest post and find the link to my Telegram, right? You can find me there. So there are many ways how you can do that. Okay, smash next question. Okay, I did it. Do you join if needed? I've already answered this question. What do you mean if needed? You know, clients would like me to join, okay, especially they would like me to provide adult service on top of the creative service, photography service, lighting service for post-production. On top of that, they would love it, and especially for free, okay? So I'm explaining you, in adult business nothing is free, okay? We discuss the scenario, we shoot the scenario. If you exceed the scenario, you pay extra, okay? It's simple. If you're ordering an escort lady, right, and we're shooting a certain scenario, okay, and she don't do kissing, right, but she's doing a girlfriend, standard girlfriend experience, right? So it's gonna be blow situation and make love, right, situation. And you say, okay, and I want a kissing and I want a A level, okay? You know what is A level, right, from the behind special starfish. How I can explain you, right? And if she does that, then it's gonna be extra. No one is just give it to you, okay? Do you understand how it works, right? So in this case, if someone needs an intimate connection with someone or special erotic scenarios, I hire models, okay? That's how I created this model, because I've been asked too many times. Okay, so that's how we involve models. You want adult service, you get an adult model. Okay, I am here a photographer, right? I've created this business and I'm a professional. Yeah, that's what I do. I create the whole shoot, right? To do a planning, organize, I can say, prepare the studio, I prepare you, I set up the lights, I shoot the content with you, and I edit the content. And then, I load it so that you can see and get all these galleries and find the products. That is my job, okay? There is nowhere in the job description for a photographer that she would take her pants off and sit on the client, okay, and start riding. There is nowhere in the job description. I haven't seen this, okay? So this is in your fantasy, and usually these fantasies come with the guys only, okay? Stop imagining. Stop imagining. But again, coming to adult business, okay? Coming to adult business, how it comes, okay? The men very often, let me verify now, okay? It was a verification moment, okay? The guys very often used and abused models, okay? And that's true. So that's why you think it is normal, okay? I'm not hitting on my clients. Seriously, I'm doing my job, right? So that's how it goes. Please explain why you are so dark brown skin and have long hair. Maybe because few weeks ago I was in Spain. I also have this bikini lines as well, right? So I was on a sunbathing holiday. Okay, that's why. Okay, on love your lips. You look strange and confused. You know, when people see something, they only can see themselves. Okay, and that's what is reflected, right? That's most of the time. That's how it is. It's nothing to do with me. That's the information was inside of your body. Okay, almost. There you go closer. Bonita, cara bonita. How good is your head? How good is your head? There is you first, after you. Okay, these are the questions, right? You need to answer first. Be honest. I'm always honest. I'm looking into you. Thank you. Right, okay. Do you have a website? Of course I do. Is the canoeing? Do you have a website? Yes, I do. I do have a website. If you want to look at my website, it's going to be juliawinterstudio.com, right? And you will find it there. Okay, thank you so much. It's been almost an hour. I've enjoyed this live. I've discussed a few interesting topics. What is related to couples photography? What is related to make love situations? Questions what are people are interested when they're booking erotic photo shoot, right? And I hope I answered it in the detail. Okay, and for now, I'm saying goodbye and have a good Saturday, everyone, right? Enjoy and bye. Let me switch over here and bye in